Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadash, Kadam, to the Akim Akbat, apostles, deacons of Great Stone, holding on in sincerity and in truth to the testament of the Lord Mashiach Yahushai in these days and times. This is Brother Menashe DC Camp, another lesson for the hopeful elect. This journey, it's a journey that's filled with different adventures, right? Different stories, okay? And you just have to understand that history is very, very important in this ministry. You have to have a basic understanding of history, all right? And that helps out a lot, you know. It lets you pinpoint prophecies, all right? Prophecies and history, you know, they go hand in hand. You know, one is spoken before it happens, and the other happens after it's spoken. So that's just how the Lord has set things up. Prophecy is the foundation of reality. Just accept that. All right, this is a Most High's program. It's a script, so always remember that prophecy is the foundation of all realities. All right, the past, the present, and the future. All right, prophecy is the foundation. All right, so let me just get a quick precept. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna get a precept that matches well. Okay. So I'm looking at the book of Ezekiel. Okay. The book of Ezekiel. Chapter 12. You know what? I'll just get the simple one first. That's much better. All right. In the book of Isaiah. All right. Isaiah chapter 55 verse 11. That's an easy way to start. All right. Isaiah chapter 55 verse 11. It says this. So shall my word be that word forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Yep. So that's a perfect scripture right there. So always have on deck concerning prophecy, concerning reality. All right. So whatever is going on, it's just ordained by the Lord to take place, so that we may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. All right. So there is no turning aside of the Lord's program. All right. So having said that, we go to the book of Revelation. You know, because the history of Esau's rulership is very, very important to take note of, and we just have to know that his deception, part of the program that the Lord has authorized to take place, and you just have to pray that you are chosen, you know, to choose wisely, that you're part of that number of nation of Israel, part of that elect body that's held on to righteousness. All right. So the book of Revelation chapter 20 talks about Esau's dominion, his rise, and then how the Lord had to set him up for a mission, for mischief, and how the Lord would get rid of him. So the book of Revelation chapter 20 verse 1 says, "And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years." All right. So Lord Amashak Yahushai, had to let Esau's downfall, take place according as the Lord has ordained. All right. And the Lord gave him that authority. Okay. So ever since the downfall of Esau, pre-Dark Ages, after the fall of the Roman Empire, yeah, and they became subservient to our people, as well as the heathens round about. That's just how, the Lord was able to keep him in check for 1,000 years. So when you start counting, from the Renaissance time, 1,000 years backwards, you could tell that that coincides with the Dark Ages, around that 4th century AD. All right. So what else? What else? What else? And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more. All right. Till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a season. So this is deception. The deception of this serpent has been taking place for a long time before he gained control over the whole earth. So hey, the Most High kept them over there, in the bottomless pit, the Caucasus region, where you have Georgia, Russia, and you also had them spread, in different parts around that region too. Okay, so hey, the bottomless pit, their actions of abomination, it seems to have no end. It's like a never-ending supply of creative mischief, man. When you thought you'd seen the worst of them, it just goes to surprise you, So there is no what you call it. There is no high foundation to the lowest, the lowest act of abomination they can commit. Is just a never-ending supply of ideas of evil. That's why that place referred to as the bottomless pit, because the Lord talk about them being the border of wickedness. All right, so that's just one thing to remember. That these things are necessary to consider. All right. So when you look at the book of Malachi chapter 1, and then look at verse 4. All right, look at that. Start from verse 3. It says, "And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places, said the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh Bashim Kakadash hath indignation forever." So it's clear how the Lord has deemed Edomites, right, the nation of Edom, as the border of wickedness, And when you do further digging and look at what happened during World War I and World War II, you see how much carnage, how much destruction, these Edomites were able to wreak upon the face of the earth. How much destruction, anguish, and agony they were able to foment. It was just horrendous, both in Europe and over there in the Pacific, So, hey, it's just one of those things, man. Even over there, just be sincere, man, all over the whole world, man. Because that's just prophecy of the Lord, okay? So, book of Second Thessalonians, chapter 2. And then you look at from verse 7 to verse 8. It says, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work." So we already introduced Revelation chapter 20 from verse 1 to verse 3. Alright, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he will be taken out of the way." So ever since the Lord, unloosed the serpent to get a job done for a little season, that's just part of the agenda, all right? Until he is eliminated, all right? Until he is subjected to restraint, all right? And then it says, "And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume," all right? So the wicked been revealed since Revelation chapter 20 tells you about him, the serpent, going out to deceive the world, and then the world being deceived. So you have to have a time when the wicked shall be revealed. Alright? And then it says, "Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming." Yeah, so, hey, when the world lies in darkness, there has to be some light. There has to be a bright light to push out that darkness. And Yahweh shines that light to cast away the darkness that Esau has upon the face of the earth. Alright? That's why, the Lord doesn't want us to be tossed to and fro with these different winds of doctrine, because these are dark times, man. You can't afford to be without the light. So you just have to be very, very considerate. So the book of Genesis chapter 3, it tells you exactly certain things that you have to always take into account. So it says, "Now the serpent," Genesis 3 and 1, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh had made." Alright, so he was the what? The cunningness. Alright, the most deceptive of all the Most High's creation upon the face of the earth. Okay, so it says, "And he said unto the woman, Yea, had the Most High said, Ye shall not eat of the tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruits of the trees of the garden." So there was more than one belief. All right, remember that. There was more than one type of knowledge available. Okay, and then it says, "But of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High has said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die." So that's a doctrine that was not acceptable to the Lord for Adam and his woman to partake of. But every other knowledge that was there was meat and helpful. All right, except that one. So what type of doctrine was it? If you do further research, is this doctrine of practicing witchcraft. that's one thing you have to remember. The more you go into it, it's gonna take a longer time. But I'll just get a quick precept. I'm gonna read it from the 1611 app. All right, just bear with me. So this is the book of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. That's right there is clarification of what we're supposed to do and what we're supposed to consider. All right, so that clearly tells you that the serpent was going about enticing people to take that knowledge, that forbidden knowledge, and tap into it. Trying to rally people to partake of a false doctrine that is of no benefit. And that's what the woman said. Eve, it says, "Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die." And that's a commandment from the Lord. All right? Don't have no interest in the unfruitful works of darkness. And that's clear, simple as ABC. Okay? So now you can imagine, when the whole world is cast into that vibration of looking into the doctrines of evil, the doctrines of sorcery, of witchcraft, idolatry, and all that stuff. That's why the whole world is a mess, because the serpent is busy pushing people to go along with this false agenda. All right, so you get a clear idea of what Genesis chapter 3 is talking about. Okay, so I'll get another precept right here, just from the book of Revelation, chapter 12, and verse 9. It says, "And the great dragon," all right, "and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him." So remember that, man. When Yahushua returns with his brightness and his victory to bring judgment upon the servant and his servants, this is what happens. Verse 9. Okay, so that's exactly. There can be no salvation until the enemy is put down. All right. That's why you have verse 10 says, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, Now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night." Yep. So that's right there. It's a good form of an idea of what the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai will do. Okay, on behalf of our people to take victory. Take that victory. Take that victory. Yeah. Scripture talks about the saints shall take the kingdom. Yahushua is the king of the saints. All right. So that's a good perspective to have. All right. So get one more precept, and just to add more. I don't know really how long I'm gonna have to continue, but hey, just keep pushing forward. Yeah. So Proverbs chapter 10, verse 18. What does it say? It says, "He that hideth hatred with lying lips, and he that uttereth a slander is a fool." Okay. So it just shows you how much of a nation of foolishness, a nation of folly, of folly followers, the kingdom of Edom is, so the whole civilization, the greatness of their nation is just steeped in folly and deception and slander. You just can't describe it in no other way, man. That's just something. It just makes you wonder why would a nation build their existence upon lies? And all it takes is just the truth, and just one little swoop of the truth, everything just falls apart. Wow. Hey, that just shows you, man, how powerful the truth is, man. And that's why they're attacking brothers, man. They're attacking brothers on different levels. So you just gotta stay spiritual and stay in that frame of righteousness, that spiritual frame of righteousness as the Lord has set up for us. You have to put it on, man. The breastplate of faith. Yeah, so you have to, man. You have to deal with it. And what does Psalms chapter 50? 19 and 20 say? It says this: Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frame deceit. Thou sittest and speak against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. Alright, so that right there just proves that you can't change Esau's nature. The Lord has already set him up to be on that vibration of deceit and mischief. Okay, and he cannot change. He cannot change. You cannot turn an unclean creature into a clean one. The Lord did not allow that to be possible. So, hey, it is what it is, man. The spirit itself of Esau cannot be altered. All right, so you just got to stick with the Most High's program. The Lord has said it's not making any modifications. He has no way of repenting, so what's the use? No repentance for Esau. He may pretend to have it, but he doesn't really have it. All right, so that there is clear. So what else we got? Now we have an extra one from the book of Psalms. Chapter 90, and then we look at let me move on. Let's see. Pull up one more chapter, and let's see what else we got. All right, from the book of Psalm chapter 94, look at 2023. It says, Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? Nope. The Lord cannot behold iniquity. That's clear, okay? Verse 21, They gathered themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemned the innocent blood. That's the reason why Revelation 12 and 12 exists. The devil having a short time, coming down with great wrath upon the saints. Scripture talks about the serpent wearing out the saint, the beast wearing out the saints. All right, so the serpent and the beast, they are the same. All right, it's that clear. The serpent, the dragon, and the beast are one and all the same. All right, the nation of Edom, that's what it represents. NATO, the EU, it's all them. All right, that's the nation of Edom. And then it says, they gathered themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemned the innocent blood. So expect their opposition, to this ministry. Expect them to have all types of subtle way of attacking Akim. All right, so it's just a part of this adventure. You have to accept what the Lord has programmed them to do. All right, their accomplishment has a limit, all right? So you already know exactly what you need to do to withstand them all the way to the end. So you need to hold on to these words of faith. The Lord has already given you the blueprint, the cheat sheet to prepare yourself ahead of time when they come rushing in. So that's just ultimate blessing, man. The Lord's prophecies, that's an ultimate watchman, man. The Spirit is the ultimate watchman. It gives you that heads up, things are about to take place. So you're not really kept off guard, all right? You're kept on guard, all right? So that's a beautiful thing with this ministry, man. The Lord always has a way to keep his beloved circumspect, okay? So Isaiah chapter 28, you look at verse 17. What does it say? It says, judgment also will I lay to the lion, and righteousness to the plummet, and the hail, all right, shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding place. So this is just the judgment that the Lord is bringing upon the earth, all right? The truth, the truth has a spiritual manifestation, and then it has a physical manifestation, all right? So you just have to accept, man, that the Lord is working on different levels, okay? So when you wake up to the truth as an Israelite, all right, as a true Israelite, then you have no need to get yourself entangled with a refuge of lies, all right? And then everything else starts to crumble that's not to your benefit. And the Lord just add the finishing touch, pulls down the ruling structure, the governance of Edom. That's what it is, man. The Edomite rulership has to go. That's why the Lord has to cast that fire, that stream out of his mouth, to have the angels tear down Esau's kingdom. So that's what we're looking forward to. All right, and that's just simple. So one more precept, just to get some more understanding. Jeremiah chapter 16. You go to 19. O Lord, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. So that's a byproduct of holding on to the false doctrine that the serpent was pushing, all right? So what do you expect? A lie can always generate a lie, but a lie wouldn't want to generate the truth. It's not possible. You cannot bring the truth out of a lie, all right? It doesn't add up. A lie can always generate a lie. That's what it is, So that's how clear the Lord has set things in place, okay? So remember, the lies that have been pushed upon our people, are now, fading away, okay? And it's a good sign, that we get to awake out of our slumber and stand up, Ezekiel chapter 37, okay? The breath of life returning into the souls that slated for redemption, right? When you read Revelation chapter 14, yeah, so that's what we're looking forward to. Redemption. So final precept, Isaiah chapter 25 verse 7. Okay, this is what we're looking forward for Yahushua to do. All right, so it says this, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. Okay, so, hey, Revelation chapter 20, from verse 1 to verse 3, the serpent being loosed out of the bottomless pit by the angel to deceive the whole world for about a short time has to be resolved. And this is the resolution here. Isaiah chapter 25, verse 7, and he, that's Yahweh, will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. So wherever, you know, deception that the serpent has cast over the whole world, the Lord Mashiach Yahushai has to return to tear it apart. Okay, so what is he doing now? He's doing it with his servants, the prophets. He's letting that spirit of truth, make rounds throughout the earth. Slowly but surely, the facts are coming out concerning Esau's major activities on the earth. All right, people are beginning to catch up. Our people are waking up. So even the heathen is beginning to see exactly where things are going. This MOTB agenda is not a joke. And Esau is just going to go all out and attack people that don't want to stick with his agenda. All right. So, hey, it is what it is. You just got to let the Lord allow this to pan out. Your job is just to stand in line. Hold the line. Hold the line. Let the Lord of Mashiach Yahushai, give forth that battle cry. Okay. So that's the point there, Akim Baratazar. You've been edified. And always remember, man, these things have to take place. Prophecy is the foundation, all right, of the past, the present, and the future. You can't really have it no other way, all right? Shalom.